when this boy was 3 years old, he fell into burning fire and there was nobody there to help him. And his life never remained the same way again.
Hi, my name is Pamela Benjamin. When I was 3 years old, I fell inside the burning fire. My mother and father was not there to help me, but God helped me and I survived.
Sab, can you please tell me what happened to this little boy?
This happened about 9 years ago when Fanen was actually 3 years old. He fell inside the burning fire that the mom was cooking for people who were working on their farm. Unfortunately, the mother felt the boy was with the father, and the father felt the boy was with the mom. So when the food was dropped from the fire, he went into the kitchen. Nobody knew what took him there, but all the neighbors could hear afterwards was he was shouting and crying, and then he was the only one in there. So when he pulled out, he had already burnt to a third degree. And that is the story of the young boy standing in front of us today.
Wow. So can you tell me what happened when the parents realized that their child was in the fire? What did they do?
They didn't have the resources because this happened in their village.
Where was it located?
Ushongo local government area of Benue State. So they quickly brought him to a hospital in town, the state capital, Makudi. But unfortunately, they didn't have the resources. So all the hospital could do at that time was to bandage the already burnt hand that the bone was even showing. And then somebody called me. Somebody who was in the hospital with his mom called me and said, there's a case here. He wanted me to come and look out.
You're an activist in Benue State?
Yes, I'm an activist, humanitarian, and influencer as well. So at first I hesitated. I said, look, my hands are filled. I'm overwhelmed. I don't want to do any case for now. But he kept on insisting. So I drove to the hospital. And then seeing the boy, his wrist was already off from his hand already. So I had to now pick him from there. We brought him to a hospital called Foundation Hospital. That's where his life his life started. Let me put it like that. For a whole treatment that will last us. Yeah, a whole treatment that will take us for 9 years today that we are here.
Wow. So the first hospital they took him to, they didn't know what to do, so they just bandaged his hand, or they didn't really have the resources.
They didn't have. It was not too big because it was much more like a clinic.
Okay.
And, a smaller clinic that they didn't have all it was going to take them to treat the boy.
Also, all they could afford was to bandage.
To bandage the hand. They started using, I think, iodine and spirit.
And they left him like that.
And then he was just there. Then in the night, while he was sleeping, the father woke up to go and urinate. So when he had used one of his hands to support the bed, to stand up from the bed to go and urinate, because he was with him on the bed, and then he noticed that something was watching on his hand. So he went to put on the light and discovered that his wrist had fallen off and was on the bed. Blood had already stained the bed. That's when he now took the boy, tied him in a wrapper to take him back to the village because he didn't have the resources again. That was when somebody actually called me to come in, and I rushed to the hospital and I met the boy there.
Wow. So it was when they took him to the Foundation Hospital that he received proper
his life
treatment.
Started transforming. That's where he received his first proper treatment. The dead skin was peeled off. I think they call it debridement in medicine. Was peeled off. They peeled off the dead skin on the eye as well. They told us that there was nothing that could be done about the hand, that it was going to be amputated.
And it was amputated?
Yes, and that was the last option, and it was amputated.
How much did all this cost?
Well, everything we did for Fanen was as a result of the social media. Let me say Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. All we have spent on Fanen using the social media was almost 4 to 5 million, roughly.
Because the parents could not afford this.
They couldn't even afford it.
So you had to use social media to influence.
Till now, that's what we're doing. Till now, we've been using the social media
to support him.
Yeah. At first, we had a very big brother of ours, Nuhu Kwajafa in Abuja, who came in and did a lot of work for us. Kudos to him. He was so good. And then a lady in the US, simply called Mommy Joy, had taken over finance and treatment, feeding, accommodation, everything that has to do with finance. And we have just seen that woman once, and she has been supporting him in the last 4 to 5 years.
Wow, that's really impressive. This is the power of unity, understanding, and compassion. Which class is he right now?
Fanen is in year 1. They call their classes here year, not instead of primary. He's in primary 1. But here they teach them almost above their level just to catch up on time. So Fanen is in year 1, otherwise known as primary 1.
So why are you still with him ever since you took him from you went to the hospital to
Well,
see him?
Fane,
Why is he not with his parents
Fane
yet?
has automatically been integrated into my family. Not like that's what we wanted at first. I felt that at the end of it all, I'll return him back to his parents. But it's also interesting to know that by this year, September, it will be 4 years, the parents have not made any contact with me.
Wow, concerning their child.
Yes, and the boy is already now a city boy. So taking him back to the village is a big problem. If you even crack a joke with him that, look, go and pack your things, I'm taking you to the village, he will not eat throughout the whole day. He will be crying, or he will even be asking you funny questions like, is there cartoon in the village? Is there NEPA lights? Is there DSTV?
Yeah.
Is there biscuit? So his life is already integrated. I've tried to make contact with the parents, but it's been difficult. Because there was a time we were supposed to fly to Dubai, well arranged by Nuhu Kwajafa for a better surgery on him again. We tried to get the parents, but we couldn't. So it's been very difficult for me. And Fanen himself, the boy himself, wouldn't want to make a return back to the village. But I'm thinking that anytime soon, I should be able to take him back to his village to see his siblings, because he has not seen them in the last 4 years.
And the parents don't just care.
Well, I don't know, but I know they are safe. And they know their child, their boy is safe also with me.
Man, this is... So how is life for him right now, the both of you? I hope you guys are okay.
Fanen is, if you ask him, at the initial stage, you ask him, who is your father? He will turn. What's your name? My name is Fanen Ukan Kuru. He will add my name to it. But I had to, I just had to keep reminding him that his father is alive, so that when we, but so he's integrated into my family already. My mom is always with him. Practically, I struggle this boy with my mother. Do you want to be with me? Yes. Do you want to be with my mother? No. Do you want to be? Yes. Do you want to be with? No, I want to go back to grandma. That's how he calls my mom. So my mom has a better companion, and as a pensioner who is just at home now, he has a talking mate. Finally, the boy is now my mom's talking mate.
Yeah.
So we had to also integrate him into a school proper, because earlier on, because of his condition, he had a little bit of a temper if you have to stroke any part of his injured body. So we had to integrate him. We had to start a home lesson for him to start bringing him up bit by bit. He has been studying at home for like 4 or 5 years now. So officially, we had to look for a school for him. After we had taken him to 3 different schools, he was rejected because they said he was going to scare other students. But God so kind, Beautiful Mind Schools accepted him wholeheartedly, and he has now been integrated into the school. You can see students love him. He comes back home. He even reminds me that on a Saturday or Sunday, he's supposed to be in school. The love is too much.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting. So,
but we still have
how old is he now?
He's 9 now.
Wow.
We still have more surgeries to be done on him, which we are still looking for sponsors and hoping that we should do that this year or maybe next year, because he needs a total reconstruction.
Okay.
He needs an artificial limb, all of that, and he has scars here that were not removed at the initial stage, and the scars are catching up his skin and it's itching him, so it needs to be taken off. Very terrible scars. Okay,
can you call your phone number, brothers and sisters? I want to plead, if it's possible for us to support this young boy. It will really make his life more easy, and it will also help the family that has been assisting him as well. So do you mind if you call your phone number so people can reach out to you?
080-690-82285. I'll take it again because my WhatsApp number is different.
This is not your WhatsApp number?
No.
You don't want to call your WhatsApp number?
I'll call it.
Okay.
I'll take the first number again. 080-690-82285. My WhatsApp number is 090-9946-7150. Let me take it one more time. 090-9946-7150. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all that you've done towards him, and God bless you so much.
The
only way I can support this young boy is giving him my platform and hoping that the people who are in the capacity to support his surgery fee will reach out to you and support. So brothers and sisters, Thanks so much for watching it. Fane, do you have anything to say to the viewers? Okay, let's say bye then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.